Good morning, YouTube. Today is the day we're going to talk about taking game, basically trapping. I'm going to do my review for the Squirrelinator squirrel trap. Never used it before. I'm going to do it the first time, and I'll explain how I'm doing it all later on in this video. But right now, I want to be able to tell you that I am now practicing live trapping. I used to use the steel traps back in the day when I was young because Disney was doing the raccoons were in great demand for those little kids in their caps. So I back then I did steel traps to catch the coons, and as I've gotten older, I don't like to see things suffer. And many a times you'd come up on a steel trap and the coon's been alive with his foot trapped in the trap, and you have to put them out of their misery and load them up. But like I said, with age, my heart becomes soft and I can't do it. So now I do the live trapping. So like snares and steel traps, I'm not going to really show any of that. But this is a live trap. It's supposed to be the greatest thing for catching squirrels. Squirrels are very edible, very good. We used to eat a lot of them back in the day, and I'll show you some pictures of that. But anyways, if it's your first time here, welcome. And for those that came back, thank you for coming back. And I hope that I could be of some information that you could probably use. All right, now I want to show you some pictures. I tried to find my trophy scrapbook, and I looked and looked, and I couldn't find it. So I've got the one that my son had that he kept some pictures in of us back in the day. And that's all I have to show. But hey, I like to show off hunting pictures. So here we go. Let me show you these. Now, back in the day, I liked to duck hunt. That was one of my favorite things to do. And my hero before Duck Dynasty was Phil Robinson. He made the best duck calls back in the day. And he had a thing where he would always have a duck sticking out of his mouth. So this is a picture of that, of me with the duck stuck in my mouth. It makes no sense, does it? But hey, it was good enough for Phil Robinson. It was good enough for us. Here's another one. I had enough of those ducks. Now here's some of a deer hunt I went on. It's going to show the stand I was in, the deer coming up, and I took a perfect shot. It completely shot the heart in half. I'll let you see that. Here we go. Then come turkey season. That was an enjoyable time. I love to be able to get on that box and hear that turkey about a half mile to a mile out, and you're able to call them up. It's a beautiful thing to see. But every spring, as I'd get my turkey, watch this. Then when they invented the ATV, I had to get me one. You could cover a lot of ground with little effort. So I got a Yamaha Grizzly 660, and the hunting world changed. We were able to be more efficient because we could cover more ground. Here's just a picture of that. Now, the next picture you're going to see, I'm very proud of. I went out fishing one day, 4th of July. My neighbor says, "Good Lord, got to be a man's bored to go out on his hot day, 4th of July, to catch fish." Came back. One bass was 13 pounds, 6 ounces. The other bass was 10 pounds, 4 ounces. It was a very proud day. By the way, that neighbor that made that comment, when can you take me fishing? Here, check this picture out. Now, this next picture is a catfish that I caught about 2 years ago out on the Tank River. It's at the Outer Banks in North Carolina. 65 pounds. If you'll notice in the picture, his head's bigger than mine. Check it out. A lot of good eating came off of that fish. I made quite a few meals. Good eating. Anyways, going through my son's scrapbook, I found he had a picture of me back when I was a young man. Had a head full of hair, but I just thought I'd post it. Got a mess of specks. Some people call them crappies. We call them specks. And here's a nice grouper. I used to fish the Gulf of Mexico almost every weekend. Got some pictures of some nice ones, but not in his scrapbook. But this was a 18-pound grouper I got. Grouper's good eating. It's about the best saltwater fish you can have. I like snook better, but my second best fish is a grouper. Good eating. Check this out. And this next picture is a picture I'm proud of. It's my son Danny. Hadn't seen him in a while. He had went to see his mom for the summer and came back when Pop take him fishing. So here's a picture of him. I'm so proud of that boy. He grew up to be a fine fisherman. Uh, you want to catch the fish? Take my son with you. He'll show you where they're at. And then this next picture, I'll show you the old-fashioned way we used to take the squirrel, 22 rifle, and you shoot them. And the reason I'm practicing the humane live traps is if it hits the fan, you don't want a bunch of gunshots going off where people know what you're doing and can detect, that you're shooting, and you'll draw attention. The live traps, it catches them, traps them. There's nobody squealing because their arm is in a steel trap or a snare. It holds them till you get there. So, anyways, let me show you this. I got a mess of squirrel back in the day. I'll let you see this. Then, last but not least, is my pet raccoon, Rocky. I hadn't seen this picture in years, and when I seen it, it brought back a lot of memories. He was my buddy. He was my pal, and people just thought it was so neat because I had a pet raccoon. But here's a picture of him. His name's Rocky. Rocky the raccoon. Now for the reason for the video. The Squirrelinator. Um, this is a review on it. I've never used it. I bought it at Tractor Supply, I'd say about 2 months ago. I can't remember if it was $49 or $59, but um, they had it shipped, came to the store, picked it up, haven't used it one time yet, but I've got a plan. I'm going to show you the deer I feed. This is my heaven, my little girls that come up, and I feed them every day. And when they get done, they leave cracked corn behind. I feed them whole corn, but they're crunching on it, and they leave a lot of cracked corn. Well, within 30 minutes, there's just squirrels everywhere eating up all that cracked corn, and then the ground's clear. There's no more cracked corn. Now that was the box that the Squirrelinator came in. Now let me show you the girls. All right, this is my backyard. I'm gonna call my girls up, get them to come eat. I use a squirrel chant. Let me do that real quick and get them to come up. They'll be out here somewhere and they'll run up here. Usually they come from over here across the field. And oh, there they are. Here they come. Here we go. There they are. There they are. They're waiting on me. Hey, girls, you hungry? All right, I got to go feed my children. This is where I keep their food. And they love the corn. Let me get a scoop. All right. Hey, girls, here I come. This is my heaven. This is what I live for. Out there waiting on me. Come and give them something to eat. Now, hunting season just got over with, so when I get close, they get a little shy from me and they go up into the woods a little bit. And then once I put the food down, they'll come back up. Now, what I do is I put out these little piles of corn for them. Then their belly kind of gets over and they'll come on up even though I'm here. They got to get that corn. You know, back in my day, where I lived down in South Florida, I see this many deer, I'd think of dinner. Now, my years, I look at the beauty of these animals that are vegetarians that don't hurt nobody. See, they're still kind of skittish. Like I said, they've been shot at all season. So you'll have them hang back, and then as they trust me, they'll come up. Now, last summer, they, especially the babies, would come up and just bounce up to get the corn, and they weren't fearing me. But like I said, after you've been shot at for a couple of times, you are scared of the human being. But this is my heaven. This is what I love to do every day, is to take care of these deer. See, they're still kind of skittish. Now this one's pretty close. It's about 10 foot away from me. And then here comes some more over here. See them coming from the woods. And let me see if I can zoom in so you can see that one. And they're staring at me. And when they stomp that foot like that, that's a warning. And there's another one. I want to get that corn. There's two more there. One there. Oh, there's two there. Oh, see? Somebody went and blew, and they all took off because they're scared. But they'll come back later, especially if I leave. They're just scared. You know, it's sad because they don't hurt anybody. After I feed the deer, this is what they leave behind, is cracked corn. See, each pile, they left this cracked corn. Now, within 2 hours, the squirrels that are around my home will come in and clean this up. I come home from work, this ground is clean, there's not a speck of nothing nowhere. All right, here we go. This is the Squirrelinator. Now, if you see on the label there, you got two websites. I don't know what the Rugged Ranch is, but that's the Squirrelinator. You can YouTube it, and it'll show you tricks on how to catch squirrels, but I'm going to do it my way. So this is a Squirrelinator, and I'll show you what this thing will do. Okay, this is it. This is the Squirrelinator. It's a 2 foot by about 2 foot squared cage. This is a plate, so when the handles are down, you got the bait trap set, the handles will be down like this, and then when you reach and grab it, the squirrel can't get you, so it's to protect your hand. They recommend in the videos that you wear a glove because a squirrel bite can be kind of nasty. But anyways, that's how you grab it, lift it up. And in the ends, or on two sides, there is a door. The squirrel will come in. It will lift up this grate because it'll force its way into something. That's the nature of a squirrel. And the door comes down and he's trapped inside. You have one side here that holds squirrels, one side here that holds squirrels. And again, on the other side, you'll have the same trap door. They go in and get inside, door shuts behind them. Now, once you get it full, you got all your squirrels for whatever time you put them down, this is a door to open them. And again, if anything, this is where I'd advise you to wear gloves, because you got some mad squirrels in there. They want to get at you because they're in panic mode and they're inside this cage. These are the releases for the side. Now, when you're picking it up, you have doors over here on the sides that swing around and close that door. And they latch, whoops, to the other side. And it closes it off. Now you want to release the squirrels. You pull these two locks here, open the door, and the squirrels run free. So the advertisement is, catches 25 squirrels an hour. Well, we're going to put it to the test. There's plenty of squirrels at my house. So we're going to see how this works and give a review. But so far, looks pretty good. It's sturdy. It's not flimsy. Seems like it's good, made of good heavy wire. I think it'll do the trick. We'll see. I'll be back after the set.
Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, now I'm going to put out the bait. Now remember, before I put out piles. Today's different. That cage was 2 foot, but 2 foot. So I'm going to take the corn now, and I'm going to make it 2 foot, a 2 foot square. So all this will be cracked corn when the deers come. They haven't got here yet. I haven't called them, but here we go. Now when they eat that, that's the size of the squirrelinator, and I'm gonna be able to get them. Okay, what I've done is I put up the corn in one pile today, 2 foot by 2 foot, and now it's going to be the same size of that squirrelinator. So I'll have all cracked corn underneath the squirrelinator when I put it down after the deer eat this pile. Now the overall view is, just gotta wait for the deer to eat that pile, and I'll be putting the trap down. Here come the deer. This wasn't too good of an idea for the deer. They're all having to try to get in one little pile to eat that corn. But it's just a one-day thing. They'll have it different tomorrow. Can you hear them crunching that corn? There'll be a pile of cracked corn when they're done. All right, the deers have ate the corn. They've left the pile of cracked corn, and now squirrelinator's in place. Now I'm leaving to go to work. I'll come back at lunch and we'll see what happens. Well, it's 12 noon, lunchtime, not one squirrel. And it's not like there's not squirrels around. There is squirrels all over here, but nothing in the cage. Yeah, I'll leave it until I get off work, see what happens. Well, got home and no squirrels. But what's disappointing is the birds are in there eating it. You'll probably see them fly off. Birds are in there eating it. See? He was inside it. I don't understand it. We got squirrels out the keister. I've even got Squirrelzilla. No squirrels. So what I'm thinking is, because the cage is out, I'm gonna just let that go, and then tomorrow re-put it out without the idea I had. It's not working. You can see all the cracked corn in the bottom, and the squirrels did not come. So, but the birds pecked at it, and no squirrel. So sometimes with trapping, that's what happens. But the things they showed on the video, I thought it'd be loaded because I've got squirrels out the keister here. I've got a big community of squirrels. All right, we'll try again tomorrow, see what happens. But day one, failure. Sat out 8 hours and not one squirrel. All right, put them out another day. Squirrelinator. You can see that the squirrels have all eaten up all the cracked corn. There's not a speck nowhere. So I'm going to go here and put that squirrelinator on that flat spot right there. As you can probably hear, it's pretty windy. It's a very windy day up here in the mountains. But I'm going to bait this up how it shows on the videos. I'm using birdseed with the sunflower seeds and all the different little seeds in there. And I'm going to bait it how they say. They said to put a little trickle by the door. I'm going to do that. Put a little pile by the door here. And then run some up in it. Like that. Same thing on this side. A little by the door. And put it up in there like that. And then put your pile in the center. That's how they said the instructions. A little by the door. A little by the door. Pile in the center. Alright. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see what happens by dinner time. Well, it's 6 o'clock. Sat here 5 hours, no squirrel. But then again, a big storm went through last night. And the wind, well, it's calming down right this second, but it gusts up to like 40 miles an hour. And there's no squirrels to be seen nowhere. So that's trapping. Just a bad day to put it out. I'll try one more time tomorrow. Well, decided not to set it out tomorrow. I got my answer tonight. When I was going to pick it up the trap before the deer came out, I noticed there's 3 or 4 squirrels playing up on the hill. So I thought, here we go. We got some squirrels. So I let it lay, came in the house, waited about an hour, and looked out the door. And there's 2 squirrels dancing on top of this cage. So I thought, well, give them some time, let them find the holes. So I watched them through the window, and they ate all the grain from around the cage and even at the entranceways. But they would not go in the tunnel. They would not lift the door. Like I said, they were out there for a while, eating all the grain, like I said, from the front of the doors, and then getting up on top of it, I guess, to see if they could get it. But they couldn't. They just ate all the grain, and that was it. Then they turned around and left. So I picked it up. The Squirrelinator. It's not what I thought it was going to be. If I had to give it a score on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 3 or 4. And the SHTF, I'll keep it around in case I need it. But that there, it's not what I thought it was. It's not what it looked like in this info commercial, whatever it was, YouTube. And I thought I was going to have better luck. I thought that they'd walk in there and force their way in there and be caught. But they weren't. They laughed at me. But anyways, I just wasn't that impressed with it. I don't know if they had trained squirrels in their video or they caught live squirrels and put them in the thing. I don't know. I just know I put it out in the yard, and that's what it didn't get. So better luck next time. I'll just keep it, put it back in the box, and for a hard day, I'll whip it out. I would like to end this video by taking my hat off to all those first responders there in Nashville and law enforcement. They're the ones that keep us safe. And God bless the families that had to go through that hell. And I'd also like to thank those that are serving our military. Thank you for my freedom. Thank you. All that have died before you and you that are serving today.
I am so grateful for you. Hats off to you. God bless. But YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I'm going to get this posted, and we'll see what happens later. I will try another trap set that I've got. I've used them and it works, so I can show you a positive result compared to the negative. And like I said, that's not what I got. So God bless all you, we the people. God bless America, and I'll see you next time.